Hi, and welcome back to TLC Cares. My name is Jolene Cicchese, and I'm a registered nurse with TLC Private Home Care, Buzzards Bay, Harwich, and we're getting ready to open up Hingham. So today I want to talk about who home care is for. I would like to change some of the beliefs that people think, you have to be elderly or you have to be on hospice to need care at home. And that's not true. So I want to tell you a little story. We got together as a group. We always have these weekly team meetings, and we were coming up with new programs and things to talk about with our referral sources. So we were talking about how difficult it would be to move our husbands, who are much bigger than us, to a comfortable position, or helping them in and out of the shower if they had a broken leg. I think it would be very difficult, not to say that it would be hard on your relationship, but these are things. If you had to pull him up in bed, could you do it by yourself? The answer is no. I know what the answer would be. You need help doing something like that. So I feel that TLC Private Home Care, we can help with that short-term need right there. It's also for the CrossFit male who, is playing CrossFit and all of a sudden his shoulder comes out of joint and now he needs shoulder surgery. And when you have shoulder surgery, your arm is up here. How are you going to button your shirts? How are you going to put on your pants? How are you going to put on your shoes and tie them? So TLC, these are things people forget, but TLC can help with that as well. How about the new mom who just had a C-section and she's going home to 3 other kids, and her husband has to work because they need the money, and she has no mother around. Her mother died when she was a little girl or whatever the case may be. And she is unable to not just care for this brand new baby, but her other 3 kids because she had a C-section. We can be there to help, short-term, long-term, 12 hours, 24, whatever it takes. What about the skateboarder who fell and broke both his legs? And now he can't drive, he can't do his errands, he can't go to the grocery store. Now his wife has to work because they, again, need the money. So we're always trying to think outside the box of different things that people would need, whether it's athletic injuries, postpartum. The biggest thing is being able to heal at home. Post-surgically is one of the hardest times people have. Sometimes people are not available to be around to help you. You always think, my friend Jessie will bring me. Well, Jessie's busy with her own family. A lot of people who are my age don't feel like I need home care. I would love home care. I would love someone to come into my house and take care of the light housekeeping and my meal planning. I'm perfectly capable now, but what if something happened to me and I broke both my legs? I would need home care. I wouldn't just rely on my husband. I would definitely need someone in my home to help. What if your mom lives too far away? Sometimes our parents don't live nearby. My mother lives 2 hours away. And what if she went into the hospital, into a Boston hospital, and she has no one there to be with her? Call TLC Private Home Care. We can go and sit with her. We can go and, if they allow us, we can help them to and from the bathroom. We can, help them with their meals, help eat, grab the nurse when something's not right. So we can be there for you for that as well, because a lot of young people who have parents who don't live nearby, we feel guilty. So here's a case scenario. What if you went to visit your parents on Cape Cod and realized now that your dad can no longer care for your mother? He wants to. He told you he could, but now you're seeing it with your own eyes that no, he just can't. He's barely caring for himself with a walker, or it's very difficult to get around. It's very difficult to grow old together gracefully. I don't know very many people who can. What about your family member is on hospice and you are the primary caregiver? You're stressed, wiped out, need a break. That happens all the time. It's not a shameful thing to take care of your own needs. You can hire someone to come in and sit with your mother 4 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours. Do you want to change your mother's briefs? Probably not. I'm sure your mom or your dad don't want you to either. Our caregivers are certified, vaccinated, experienced, and we have that nursing component that any patient that comes on service gets a nurse at their disposal, and meaning that we read the caregiver notes every day. We can hold them at home rather than letting them go back and forth to the hospital. That's not something we encourage. What if you want to go to Europe and you can't leave mom at home and you're going to be alone, you're going to be gone for about 3 weeks. We come in, we do an assessment, and we can take care of mom 12 hours a day, 24 hours a day for the time that you're in Europe. We did, just a couple weeks ago, we had a big wedding in Osterville, or Orleans, I'm not sure which one. Beautiful home. They didn't want to worry about the grandmother. So they hired us for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 12 hours, get her up, get her dressed, get her off to the wedding reception, off to all the activities. And we put her to bed, we left, we come back the next day and do the same thing. It just gives the families peace of mind. You know, not only do you worry about where are my kids going to go if I need a vacation, or where's my dog going to go if I need a vacation, where's my mom going to go if I need a vacation. The truth is your mom's better off staying at home than coming with you on vacation. So TLC Private Home Care is a really good choice. What if my loved one just needs someone to check on them weekly? That's a possibility. I would love someone to come and check on my mother every week, make sure she has food in her fridge, make sure her house is clean, not cluttered, make sure all her rugs are pulled up so she can't really hurt herself, make sure her bathroom's clean, make sure her kitchen is well taken care of, make sure she's eating. Those are some pretty big important things. We can fill the meds. I don't know about you, but I've seen many people who don't even understand what their meds are, and they're too embarrassed to ask the doctor or the nurse practitioner when they go in. So we can also do that as well. And we can spend the time with them and explain what their medications are and what they're there for. And we will ask them if they're having any side effects or adverse reactions. They might not even know. But sometimes you bring in a nurse and we can, we know how to navigate around the difficult things and get to the bottom of it. We can take their vital signs, which makes, your oxygen, your heart rate, and your blood pressure. What if we get a high blood pressure? We take it on the other arm. We collaborate with all the physicians, the VNAs. I like to think of it as a team approach, whether it's just my team, nursing, caregivers, and such, but we do collaborate with the other VNAs. We call the doctor if there's anything wrong. They're very receptive to us, even though we're a private home care company. We operate like a VNA. We also can go in and check their food and drink, because one of the biggest things is you don't want your loved one to feel dehydrated, or that they're not eating enough. Sometimes they're tired, or they're bored or depressed. You reach a certain age and most of your friends have died. And a lot of it is you just waiting for you to die. So they stop eating or they stop drinking. That's not a good way to go. But we don't want you to die, and we certainly don't want you to be dehydrated or malnourished. We can talk to them, we can ask questions, make sure they are being social. Social is very important for human beings. Hugs are also very important for human beings. We forget that our loved ones are home alone and they don't have anyone. We have taken care of patients whose husbands are 65 years old and their spouse has advanced dementia, and they're still going out golfing and they want to go golfing, and they don't want to not see their friends. They want to, but they can't bring their spouse along because they have advanced dementia. Let us come and sit with them while you go play golf and do all your activities. So I have this story. What if someone falls off a ladder and they fall off, they need surgery, they're in the hospital, you want to go be with that person, but you have to work. You can call TLC. We can help facilitate that person recovering in the hospital and then healing at home. People usually are more reactive than proactive. We took care of this gentleman that he was having knee surgery, and he was worried because he didn't want to burden his neighborhood with coming over to bring him, casseroles and food and everything like that. They wanted to help him, they love him, but they all have their own lives. So he hired TLC Private Home Care and the caregivers We were able to provide everything this gentleman needed, whether it's ice from the freezer to refill his ice bucket so he could wear it on his knee, whether it was, increasing protein for wound healing. We would make his dinners appropriate for that. Always give him a glass of water when he needs it. Just make sure he's comfortable. It's not always comfortable when you have surgery and you're home. So we try to position people with their pillows and, getting off of, if it's a hip surgery, getting off their hip, keeping something, in between their legs. So my goal here today was I can talk about diabetes, heart disease, all of that any old time, but today I wanted to try and change people's perception of home care. That is my new and true goal that TLC Private Home Care wants to do. We want to let people know it's not just for the elderly and the dying. It's for everyone and anyone who is an adult who's going through a rough time medically, post-surgically, and just doesn't have the help at home. So please give us a call if you are planning on a big surgery, have just had a big surgery, and you have no one to help you, or your spouse is not capable, your spouse is frail, you need the help at home, or I said this before, or your spouse is a big person and you are unable to pull them up and get them comfortable in bed without them yelling at you. So I just wanted to talk about this today because it's near and dear to my heart, and I feel like a lot of people out there do not know that home care is not just for the elderly. We don't just take care of seniors, we take care of young people as well. So I wanted to get that point across. If you have any questions at all, you can call me at TLC Private Home Care in Buzzards Bay at 508-383-3956. So with that today, I would like to sign off. Until next time, I'm Jolene Cicchese, a registered nurse with TLC Private Home Care, Buzzards Bay, Harwich, and coming to Hingham. Thanks everyone, have a good night.